Do you ever feel stuck? Well, welcome to this evening's Instagram Live, and I'm sure you're going to have a fabulous time. This evening's show is the last one for the year, and it's jam-packed with the most fabulous information that you absolutely don't want to miss. So today my guest is absolutely amazing, and I can't wait to interview her. For all of us agents, this is the answers we've been seeking, especially if you're looking for Instagram or social media or any of that.
Hi there. How are you?
Hi, Heather.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
I'm
How was
good.
your Monday
And
treating you?
Oh, Monday's good.
That's
Monday's
always
good.
a
I
good
can't
place to be
complain.
at the beginning of the week.
So thank you. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, it is what it is. It's Monday, Tuesday, every day of the
That is
week.
a good attitude.
Try and make the
That is a
best of
good
it, right?
life mindset in general.
It's hard. It's hard as a realtor. I think if you don't choose to do that, I think, well, you have to manage your clients' attitudes too, right? Like, so if they are already down, you can't be overzealous when it's
Well, yeah,
kind of
and other
irritating
people's
them,
emotions and
but
their feelings, it all impacts you. So that's a lot that you have to manage. And then on top of that, you have your own business, your own life, your own family. So I can definitely understand. I can definitely understand.
I'm so excited to interview you today. I've had the chance to actually look at what you offer, and um, I can't wait for more realtors to join today because
Oh, thank
it's
you.
it's
I really appreciate
amazing.
that.
So we'll get started, and maybe we can just start with introducing yourself. Tell us your Instagram
Sure,
handle, and then
absolutely. So
a
my
little bit
name is
about
Heather
you.
Colby. You can find me on Instagram at Ideas for Real Estate, and I am the founder and owner of Ideas for Real Estate. And my mission is to make modern marketing more accessible for agents, to make it less boring, more relatable, more authentic, and empower people to feel confident with what they're doing and to actually get real results with their marketing. So on my Instagram, you can find me sharing lots of marketing tips. It's also where I share my weekly podcast by the same name, Ideas for Real Estate, and then what's going on in our realtor membership. So there's a good mix of variety of content there, whether it's inspiration or educational. I really try to look forward with marketing and also be very realistic about what are some things that we can accomplish right now that will make a difference.
Yeah, so before we actually move on to the next questions, I just want to let our guests know, let our listeners know that if they want to ask any questions, they can drop it in the little question mark icon below or in the comments, and we'll try and get to them in the show. Or if nothing else, we'll follow up with you. Either way, you'll get to hear from us. So I'm excited for you to share, and some people may already know you that are on the show. But I'm excited for you to share a little bit about your business and, your journey,
Yeah,
and how you got
absolutely.
to the
It
space.
has been
Yeah, tell us.
quite a journey. So if we want to start way back at the beginning of my journey, I am not new to real estate. I'm not new to real estate marketing. However, I have always been real estate marketing. So I am coming up quickly on a decade in real estate marketing. My career has always been marketing. And for about 8 years or so, I was the chief marketing and tech officer of a large brokerage. So I worked with hundreds of agents, and I also had the opportunity to work nationally with other top brokerages and collaborate. And I just have this real fire, this passion for real estate marketing. I absolutely love it. And when I started, it was kind of the beginning of websites. It was the beginning of social media. I was having to say, hey, people, I think that you need to be on social. I think you need to try these out of the box ideas. And it's just so interesting and fun. And I'm grateful to have watched, you know, the industry evolve, marketing evolved, and a lot of marketing, as it has changed, maybe it becomes more challenging. I think it's gotten so much better. It's gotten more personal, less salesy. I feel like agents are embracing a new way of marketing. So in 2019, tying back to Ideas for Real Estate, I was still in my brokerage. I was still in the corporate world, you know, C-level. And I decided I wanted to launch a podcast into 2019. And I just wanted to share tips and tricks and practices. And if you know me, you know I can't shut up about real estate marketing. So this was a good outlet for me. And then honestly, my backstory in 2020, when everything was going on with the pandemic, I was actually diagnosed with this condition called DDH, and my hips, it's very strange, my hips just completely failed. And I could barely walk. I was in a ton of pain. And over the past 2.5 years, I've had 5 major surgeries, reconstructive surgeries, but it changed my life and really had me reevaluate what I was doing. So I would go through these times at surgeries, I'd take time off work, and it just wasn't the right direction for me anymore. You know what I mean? It just wasn't fueling me. It wasn't exciting me. And I wanted something that I could focus on and be passionate about and make a true difference. And I had my podcast and my Instagram, and, you know, so many agents were reaching out to me, and I was having real conversations. And I even had I don't know if Larissa and Ryan sent me a care package during one of my surgeries. And I'm like, you know, this is the direction that I see for my life. I love being a part of this community. I love meeting more people all over, and literally all over the world. You know, I'm here in Orlando, all over the country, and, you know, you're in Canada, it's just everywhere. So I was decided to follow my passion. And long story short, I launched Ideas for Real Estate kind of the end of last year. I had an Instagram marketing course. At the beginning of this year, I had 2 more surgeries, but in that time, when I'm recovering, I'm doing really well now, I launched my realtor marketing membership. And that was a long time dream of mine. It's called the Marketing Suite. And I'd always wanted a source that I could refer agents to. So over the years, sometimes people would ask me, I need help with this, I need help with that. And there wasn't a good place where I felt like I really trusted the marketing. I trusted sending agents to for their business, because I have a very particular style of marketing and what I like to see agents do with their marketing, so it's more impactful for them, more personal. And I decided to launch the Marketing Suite just last summer. So we're only, you know, 6 months in, and it's been absolutely amazing. And I'm so grateful for all of our members, and we get to do a lot of fun things and trainings and content, and it's really a dream of mine. And I'm just really, you know, humbled to be with everybody and to be able to help them with their marketing. Thank
Yeah,
you.
you're an inspiration, I must say. Yeah, you were. I watch your channel, and you know, it doesn't stop you, you know, and that's really amazing. Thank you for
Absolutely.
creating the Marketing Suite, because, you know, honestly, for some of us, like, I know we like to learn and stuff, but sometimes it gets so much. Like, it's nice to have a little help, right? And it's not just like, it's really good quality stuff that you put out there. I checked it out myself, and I must say I'm really impressed. You know, a lot of people say they'll have done for you marketing. This is like better than done for you marketing, right? So I was really impressed with the quality of the information, and you know, all of the information you offer. But I'll let you talk about that as we progress through it. I don't want to give away anything. So tell us, what does like, in your opinion, you know, what role does technology play in the
That's an interesting
real estate
question.
industry
And
today?
as someone in a former life was a chief marketing and tech officer, I definitely rolled up my sleeves into the technology world. And I think what's different, I actually had a broker ask me last week, is marketing and technology still related? And I said, yes. But what I think is different and what has changed is, just a handful of years ago, I feel like we were constantly hearing about technology, but in a way where it wasn't as positive, right? or it was more disruptive to your business. I feel like now we're getting to a place where technology is integrating more seamlessly. Now, I don't mean the agents are going to be replaced by technology, but I mean the tools that we find valuable and useful are becoming more accessible. And that also goes back to my philosophy on tech. It could be the best tech in the world, the newest, shiniest tool out there with all the bells and whistles. It always has to be the right tech for you, has to make your life easier, has to function in the way that's going to work for your business. And I think a lot of agents are demanding that more too from technology providers, that it's not so overwhelming. You know what I mean? Like you were kind of talking about earlier. So finding the tech tools that work for you. And I think that we have a lot more options. And that's a good thing because there's competition out there and it makes it better for agents. So I think we're getting to a place, to answer your question, where it's just coming together a lot more beautifully and less frustratingly than it used to be.
Yeah, no, and technology is so crazy because in this world, if you're not visible socially, um, I mean, this is what today's
Mm-hmm.
client is looking for, and it doesn't matter. Like you name a space. If it's Facebook, you get a certain age category in there, and if it's Instagram, you get a certain demographic, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you have to be on all platforms, and sometimes it
Right.
can be so overwhelming for agents.
No,
I
yeah,
mean, I'm
absolutely.
just speaking for myself. Some people have help, which is great, but for me, I feel like, oh my, like I want to do good, and I want to share content that
Mm-hmm.
is great. Like I don't want to share stuff that's wasting people's time. Um, so I had the opportunity to check out your content, and I really, really loved it. I really loved it. And you're in Florida, and I'm in Canada, so of
Mm-hmm.
course, there's some tweaking to be done. But
Thank you.
I think it's amazing. So what sets you then
Well,
apart from
I
other
could
marketing
100% answer that,
services?
but I kind of want to go back to what you just said about technology. I mean, about social
Yeah,
media
sure.
platforms being overwhelming and you want to do well on all the platforms. I have a little tip for this. So
Mm,
when it comes to social media,
perfect.
when it comes to marketing in general, I always want everyone to be thinking about their customer. Where is your customer at? Where is your customer spending time? Where is that ideal customer that you want to work with? Okay. So keep that in mind. So for some agents, that might be Facebook. For some agents, that might be Instagram. It might be TikTok. It might be somewhere else. Consider that. And then the next key element is what excites you? What inspires you? What gets you motivated? Where do you see yourself spending time? Because if you're somebody who dislikes Facebook, guess what? You're not going to do well on Facebook marketing. And if you're somebody who's
Mm,
like, I really, really love reels, I like watching them, I want to try to create Instagram reels, that might be the path for you if it's also the place where your customers are. So you don't have to be on every platform. In fact, I say, pick where your sweet spot is and then do that well, be consistent there, and then move on. That goes for all marketing. One thing, master it, then move on. So don't feel like, hey, there's just so many options out there. It's so overwhelming. Think instead, more specifically, always, where is my customer? Where do I want to be? And where does that intersect? And that might help as you're making marketing decisions. You're welcome.
that's a great tip. Thank you for that. That's really a good, yeah. Um, so like I was saying, what sets you apart from probably other marketing companies
Absolutely. So
out
there are
there?
other realtor memberships out there for marketing. And I think one of the big things that sets me apart is my experience, my background. I'm not just social media focused. I have a wide variety when it comes to real estate marketing, advertising. I have done it all, whether it's websites, social media, branding, technology, like we were talking about. So I have this wide experience that I pull in. And I'm also very thoughtful with an overall strategy. We're not just doing marketing for the sake of doing marketing. We're not just putting content out there because we need to show up on social. Instead, it's all piece of a greater puzzle that works for a specific agent. And that's what I really try to teach. I have the framework for in our, whether it's our social media content or email newsletters, so that you can take the best practices that I teach and then apply them to your local market and your business goals. So that's one thing. There's the way we set up our content pillars. It's all part of a larger strategy. And my favorite part of the marketing suite is our monthly live trainings and coaching sessions. So every month I have a new strategy. I share that strategy and I do a training on it and I give you any resources that you need. I don't know another marketing company out there that does that. It's usually like, here's a tip for Instagram. Mine might be a tip for Instagram that month might be a strategy. Or it might be like we did in November, a deep dive on marketing planning. We've done deep dives on target marketing, so you can choose profitable opportunities when we're choosing whether it's a specific customer to target, a geographic area. And that's, again, where, my experience, my knowledge base comes from. But then we also do some fun things like whether it's personal branding images, it's a lead gen technique for video marketing. And then all of that, I also have the live coaching sessions. So you can ask a question and get real professional response and learn from other people, learn from your peers. The live coaching sessions are one of my favorite parts of the suite. And whether you're chatting in or you're entering a question ahead of time, it's really fun to see what kind of questions that we get. We dive deeper into the topic that month, but also just general questions like somebody asked, I'm going to be on HGTV. How do I expand that reach? Or somebody asked the other day, I haven't posted on social in a while. What should my first post be? How do I handle that? So it's a different variety of marketing designed to be very practical to somebody's specific business. So you can enter what you're focused on and have a good breadth of your hitting everything that you need for your marketing, not just social media. Social media is a big part of it. You have the daily social media posts, but that's not all of it. I want to make sure you have a wide range for social media and for marketing.
Yeah, I must say, I was able to join on one of the episodes. When you did the live marketing training, the planning. And, that is something that I can tell you, most realtors don't have a marketing plan. They may have a business plan, but a lot of people don't really look into a marketing plan. So that for me was really, really helpful. And it was really well put together. Like you gave that sheet and people could, the little Google sheet or the PDF, and I thought it was amazing, like to follow up and monitor on a monthly basis and keep a tab on what you're spending and what's working and what's not. I mean, there were a lot of helpful tips. Thank you so much. That was so awesome. Good. I really enjoyed that piece. It was a little
that's why I said, if you open this, if you don't attend the live training, I'm putting like emails on the sheet. I said, do not open the plan or you're going to get a little overwhelmed and watch the training and then work your way through. But what's interesting about marketing planning is in my career, I've had the opportunity to work with other top real estate brokerages, two top ones. And you would be surprised that even on the brokerage level, there's sometimes not formal plans. But marketing planning is so important to me. And your marketing plan might be very simple. It might be, I'm working with some agents that have really detailed marketing plans and some higher end budgets and campaigns. It's so important that you know what you're doing, because otherwise you're not going to reach those business goals. I always say your marketing supports your business, right? So if my business goal is to get referrals, because I'm working on my repeat referral business. My business goal is to work on that. Okay. If I just throw random marketing ideas out there, maybe I will continue to get more business that way. But I guarantee you would get more business that way if we had a marketing plan to support that goal. It just gives you that direction, and it can be flexible, but it's so important. It's so important to your business, and it stops you from wasting time and energy and money on things that don't work. So I'm glad that you liked it. And if it was new, that you keep trying it. There's no right or wrong. Like I said, you can't break the thing. it makes you think critically, you know, think critically and positively moving into the new year.
Yeah, and the best part about it is if something's not working, it gives you the opportunity to make that change, right? Instead of
Mm-hmm.
just spending money on something or thinking you need to
Right.
spend even more money to make it work, right? So that was a good reminder. I think a lot of us, sometimes when you get overwhelmed, you think, oh, I'll just spend a bit more and it'll work.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes you need to just take a step back and say, um, okay, maybe it's not money.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's,
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
know.
And one of my big things with marketing planning is when we budget for marketing, we budget for time and money. Honestly, time is the most important part of your marketing budget. And most people do not set a time budget for themselves. Instead, what happens is we get these really long to-do lists. I have 15 things to do today. Realistically, at the end of the day, I accomplished 4. And then you feel discouraged, you feel behind, you don't see the progress you're looking for. So part of it is being realistic with yourself and with your business. And what are those things that would really make a difference, would really move the needle if I focused on it? And then let's pull back on some other things until we get that ready. It's doing well. I've got it on autopilot and I can move on to something else. It's also about not getting overwhelmed and not putting too much on yourself.
Yeah, so maybe I know you mentioned a bit about yourself before, but tell everyone about your career journey and
Real
how you
estate
became
marketing.
an expert in real estate
Oh, wow.
marketing.
So, like I said, I started in 2014 real estate marketing. And back then, it was different. It was very different. It was newspaper ads, right? It was the magazines at the
Yeah.
grocery stores that listings were advertised in. And I had come from other marketing, you know, my degrees in marketing. I'd worked for other companies in marketing. So I was coming from outside the real estate industry at that time. And I was like, hey, I want to focus on content marketing. This is the beginning of content marketing. So putting information out there, engaging with people, being the trusted source of information as a new way to generate leads and show up on social media. And I am just a giant nerd. I'm constantly learning. I'm constantly trying new things. I'm not afraid to try something. And you know what? It doesn't always work out. And you know what? Sometimes it is a home run. So I just continued to do that throughout my career. And luckily, you know, I've been featured in Inman News. I've won awards with Real Trends, and I figured things out along the way. But it was I guess the internal motivation to just look towards the future, to try new things, to double down on what's working. And I also think it has to do with, for me, I really care about the agents that I work with. I care about the real estate companies that I work with. I'm actually married to a commercial agent. If people don't know, my husband is a hospitality
Oh,
broker.
that's cool.
So, you know, real estate is a huge part of my life. And I just continue to push myself, collaborate with other people that are smarter than me, learn from other people. And it's led me, fortunately, to where I am today. And I'm very thankful to be able to share my knowledge, share the things that I learned to help others.
Yeah, it's amazing to know that you actually worked. You were a marketing. Um, you were, in marketing for some of the top brokerages, right? So it does help because then the content, it's not like you're coming in from a place of,
Yes,
a different industry whatsoever. So it does help considerably, and it helps with your husband being a
it does.
realtor, a commercial
And
realtor as
not to
well.
interrupt you, but I will
Um,
say one thing is I know a lot of people sometimes with real estate marketing, they were agents that got into real estate marketing. And that was never my career journey. And I honestly think that's been good for me because I don't have just one perspective. Now, this was how I built my business. I have worked with hundreds of top producers and rookie agents, people who, you know, are making tons of money, people who are just starting out, people who have a big book of business, people who have no idea how to get a lead. So my mind has been open to new opportunities, new ways of generating business, different marketing strategies, different areas. And I think that that's really good. It's not just one person's perspective, it's all of these different experiences and interactions that I bring to things.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I saw you on a podcast. You were getting interviewed by, it was actually a really good podcast that I was on. I can't even remember the podcast, but I just saw you and I was like, oh, I need to follow her. Let me go follow her and see what she's about, right? So I was glad I discovered you that way. And like I said,
I know, I see it.
and
I'm going to
sorry,
pat it
we
down.
got a question, so I was trying to talk and read. So yeah, so I was kind of glad that that I happened to see that interview so that I could follow you and get to know more of what you put out. And even though you're in Florida, Orlando, um, it's still, I mean, Canadians, we may as well be in Florida too because we probably have second homes there. Um, but jokes aside, like we, you can still take that information and make it work for no
Mm-hmm.
matter where you are. You can be in Chicago for, you can be in Texas. Um, your information is very interchangeable, right? For
Yes.
wherever you are.
And I
Just have
do
to
try to
tweak
include
it.
prompts. That's really
Um,
important for me. It's not everything is copy and paste. It's
mhm,
a little copy and paste, but then a prompt to guide you to be more local or to speak to a specific customer in your mind. But it's funny that you mentioned like Canada and Florida. I had no idea when I launched the marketing suite that I was going to have so many people from all over the world join. And we had someone from Australia join yesterday. So what I'm trying to do is you'll notice like, I don't necessarily know everything that's going on with the Australian real estate market. Okay. I don't, I'm sorry. But what we're doing is if we have a caption, you'll notice for, I think we did this for December, if I quoted like someone at NAR or an industry stat from the US, I had that as a caption. And then underneath I had an alternative caption for outside of the US that you could fill in and
mhm.
elaborate on. So we're trying to, but it's still a work in progress, right? We're trying to make it easy for everybody, no matter where you are, to use the content. But I will say this, the marketing strategies and the principles and everything else I teach, that works pretty much everywhere.
Yeah, yeah. Do you want to
Sure, yeah.
do you want me to ask you the question now, or do you want us to? Yeah. So one unique chick says, "What's your take on doing buyer seminars? I look at it
Well, I
as
think
a
that
form of
any
marketing."
kind of event-based marketing, any kind of marketing where you can have a personal connection is a great opportunity. I always say with marketing is just a way to have a conversation. It's a way towards a relationship. Marketing is never the end goal. So if you're doing any kind of event-based marketing, you're that much closer to sparking that conversation that could lead to a closing. So I like the idea of buyer seminars. My advice, though, would be just to make it a little bit more modern. Think about where people are coming from. Could it be a live show that you're doing on Instagram? And I will say this, I think the term seminars is a little dated. I feel like that's one of those real estate industry words that we use, like FISBO, sphere. People don't know what you're talking about. You could make it a little more modern just by calling it maybe a buyer workshop, a live buyer workshop. It would sound more exciting than a buyer seminar. But I think that you could definitely try it. And the key, though, is to promote it, to do all of your front end marketing as you're trying to get people and give them why. Why should they attend? What are they going to get out of it? What is the value to attending that? And then make sure if you do anything that it's recorded, if it's in person, you've got it recorded, obviously, if you're on social, and then you repurpose that content so you can get more out of it. So I think it's a good idea.
Perfect. Awesome.
You're welcome.
That is great. Thank you for answering that. Um, with so what makes your approach to real estate marketing unique? And my next question I'll ask you a little bit about, your program as well.
Okay, sure.
So maybe keeping
So
that
I think
in mind.
my marketing, like I said, I've tried so many things. And sometimes I tried things because, I was in the corporate world and we were trying things, right? My philosophy with marketing is very much relationship based. It's very genuine. it leads from a place of service. I don't like hard sales tactics. I'm not somebody that's going to teach you how to get 100 leads by trying this hack on social. I want the marketing to represent people in a way that they can be proud of, builds your agent brand, leads to meaningful relationships, and is something that's more of a long-term strategy. So what makes me different is the way that I think about marketing in general. It's not just sales. A lot of it is a representation of you, of who you are, how you can help. It's very personal to me, marketing. And I take it very seriously. And not that I don't have fun content and we don't get creative, but I really do think about the agents that I serve and how this is the livelihood for their business. I think about their customers. This could be a huge, it is a monumental life event, right? Whether you're downsizing or buying your first home, I don't take that seriously. I take that seriously. I don't take that lightly. And I just want the marketing to be something that can be true to an agent and work for their specific business. I'm really big on that because every agent has a different goal, an ideal customer that they want to work with, live in different areas, have different lifestyles, have more time, less time to spend on marketing. So let's figure out marketing that works for you and takes you to where you want to go. So I'm not one of those one size fits all marketers, right? Let me show you the way. I'll show you how to tweak it. You have everything that you need in your hands to be successful. And I want to be there to support you and to be that cheerleader. So I think what makes it different is like there's this strategy behind everything I do. Everything has a purpose. It's part of an onion. It's a layers on layers. And I really genuinely care about the people that I work with. I really do.
Yeah, no, it resonates with me because I don't want to be like, I want to be myself on social. I don't want to like create this, person I'm not. And I'm a little quirky in my ways. So, I mean, that's who I am. But, and, I, as much as I, can look at someone else and say, oh my God, I love what they're doing. If it's not you, then you appear to be fake, right? So I do resonate with what you put out, Oni. And I really like your content. I must say, I just joined and I really, really like your content. I was like, oh my God, I just absolutely have to interview her. I have to share her with the world. So with such a wide range of services available through your membership program, what is one piece of advice you would give agents looking to grow their business with modern, authentic marketing strategies?
I know we talked about that earlier. I think when it comes to marketing, it always starts with the customer. Your marketing, however much we think it's not about you. Marketing is not about you. Your marketing is about the other person on the other side, whether it's a social media post that they're looking at, an email that you sent, it's the listing presentation that you left on their kitchen counter. Your marketing is about that person. So really think about that as you are putting your marketing together. And like I mentioned earlier, it's so important that we are strategic, that everything that we do has a reason. Even if you're doing less of it, it's more purposefully. But when it comes to marketing, choose something that excites you. It works for your business. It's going to get results, but start with something that excites you and you're passionate about, that you're not kicking and screaming to do. Like, oh, I know I need to make 50 calls this week and I know it will work, but I don't want to do it. Well, what is something with marketing that excites you? That you're like, I really want to do that. I really want to get on TikTok, or I want to try YouTube videos, or you know what? I really want to get back to my roots and I want to do more customer appreciation events. I want to do better with connecting with my sphere. What is it that you're passionate about? What is it that excites you? And that's what you will do better when it comes to marketing. And I do this even not just for agents, but when I work with people in different marketing departments, different teams that I've managed. I do consulting and I'm working with a brokerage right now. And I asked their marketing team, not just what their roles were, what they're good at. I said, what excites you? What are you passionate about? Maybe you're not even good at it yet. Okay. You don't have to be good at it, but what kind of fuels you? What is marketing that does that, you will be so much more effective. Your marketing will be better. Your passion will come through. You don't have to be an expert, but if you're motivated and excited, it will work better because you'll be more consistent. That's for sure.
That's excellent. True. That's true. Yeah. And it's about, someone just helping you just navigate a little bit, right? So, having said that, I would love for you to share the marketing suite and the contents. I was so excited because, you've got it so well set up. But share with everyone. Let them hear from you.
Well, I created the marketing suite. It's my monthly marketing membership for agents to be that one place where you could go and not be overwhelmed, right? Where you could have a plan, you could choose what works for you, and you could take action on it. Because so many times you get inspired by things, or on the other hand, you see an agent doing something and then you feel down about yourself because you're not doing that. So at the marketing suite, it's all about empowerment and confidence for agents. So every month we have a social media calendar that follows my signature principles on what works in social so that we are continuing to attract new business, but also engaging the people that we already know, making ourselves that go-to agent in our local market. So daily social media posts, social media is a big part of that. And that also includes templates and captions and prompts and reels and ready to share reels and reel suggestions. So social, we got you covered. We also do an email marketing template every month, which we use actually MailChimp for the template. And you can sign up for MailChimp for free, add your contacts, and then send that out. If you already have a CRM you love, you can also use our PDF version to download the content and put it in your CRM, because email marketing is a missed opportunity for a lot of agents. And if you don't like email marketing, I will tell you, you might not like it because, unfortunately, real estate has been the victim of some very bad, annoying, lame, just not great drip campaigns, right? And people don't want to feel like they're being marketed to. So I want our email marketing to be conversational and valuable. Every month I also do a training, a strategy for the month, and it varies on topics. It could be social media, it could be video marketing, it could be personal branding, and that's what we're focused on for the month. There's a training for it and anything that you need to execute on it. And then we also follow that up with a live coaching session at the end of the month, so we can dive deeper into the topic. Let's say for marketing planning, we did marketing planning at the beginning of the month, and then during the live coaching session, I actually reviewed part of somebody's marketing plan and gave live feedback. And then I also answer any just marketing questions in general people have. And it's very interesting to see what your peers are asking from all over and to learn from that. We also have pro support, and this is really a big thing. It's not, oh, I can't log in, I forgot my email. You could ask me, I'm going on a listing presentation next week and I have this question. Or I'm struggling with social media and I have this question, and you'll either get an answer back from my team or we'll add it to our live coaching. So there's a lot in the marketing suite, and there's a lot of support, and it's part of a larger community. So definitely check it out to see if it could be something that's right for you. People can go to, I think you shared a link. I don't know if you have a link in your bio. They can check out your link to check out the marketing suite and see everything that you get in there.
Yeah, I did share the link. I did a little bit of I wanted more people to join. I wanted people to know about this live. I get quite a few agents that will join my live every so often. But this one I thought was really nice because I think when something's working, like if something's really good, I like to share. And I feel like, I'm being selfish if I don't share, because I think the world is full of stuff. And I'm hoping that when I share, someone shares with me, right? So we help each other. But so I do have the link. I posted it, I think yesterday or the other day, but I will post it again. In case people want to check it out. Heather was very generous to give us 25% off the first month. So I'll post that as well, so you can get that as well. So, but there's more. You offer so much more. I mean, if you were to ask a question, she answers right away, which is amazing. In addition to that, like you do that Monday email thing that you give ideas for reels, and you ask people to check out different things. I think it's very helpful. For some of us who can do with all the help we can get,
Thank you.
it's really fabulous, really fabulous. And you're so personable and so easy to approach and ask questions. So thank you so much. But is there something I may have forgotten to ask you, or
I would
something you
say
want to
if
share
you're
before we wrap
interested
up?
in learning more marketing, follow me on Instagram at Ideas for Real Estate. But also, people can tune into my podcast. I have a weekly podcast, same name, Ideas for Real Estate, where I share a lot of tips there. And just stay connected. Reach out to me on Instagram. The same principles that I encourage agents to do, which is to actually be social on social media, to have conversations and don't just post. I love that too. So don't feel shy about reaching out to me in my DMs and continuing a conversation, because that's what I'm here for. And that's what I really enjoy. It's my calling.
Yeah, and the other positive part about, the marketing suite is, there's no yearly membership or any of that. You can join for a month. If you decide you want to take a break, you can take a break as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can come back whenever you feel like. So, but I think once you join, you'll be a hooked. I can guarantee you.
Yes, we'd love for you to join and then continue to be part of our community. That would be amazing.
That's right. That's right. So, Heather, I want to thank you for taking the time to talk to me. I know you're busy and you have tons of other engagements that probably pay you to show up and speak.
Absolutely.
But I do appreciate you
Absolutely.
coming on. I so appreciate it. And for all of you watching, as always, we appreciate your time. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jacqueline Watson. I'm a realtor with Sutton Group. And I was absolutely excited to have, this is the last show of the year because then we have like the holidays. So I was delighted to have like this fabulous show. And I know we have a new year coming up, and don't stress about your marketing. Join the marketing suite. It'll help you, at least get ahead, and it'll just give you some ideas, right? It just makes you excited. You don't have to do like everything that you're putting forward. It just gives you ideas of where you can go with it. It makes me actually excited to my post. Someone actually asked me the other day, an agent that I know from Florida, she asked me, she goes, oh, your posts are really good. And I said, okay, I'll tell you a little secret. You want to tune into my live? So hopefully we'll see you around in the marketing suite.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank
So
you for
thank
having me
you so much,
on.
Heather.
Thank
And
you
until
guys.
next
Happy
time,
holidays.
yeah. Happy
Bye.
holidays. Bye.